things. But in today's episode, we're talking about the risk of success. So the risk of success. Most people in the world make decisions based on their fears. It's just wired into our neurology. We're always weighing up the negative, and specifically if we have a psychological conflict of self-doubt or a limiting belief of not being worthy or enough, of course you are gonna definitely make decisions based on your fears. And we got to break that down as to why that happens. Now, we could go all the way back in time that when we're in small like tribes and communities, that we had to be aware of everything because a decision could change from being alive and actually perishing. So that hardwired aspect to us, yes, is there to protect us. So there is going to be that risky thinking, that feeling of fear. But if you do then add on the other layer of being conditioned into making bad decisions or not risking things for your dreams, that's what I'm talking about, because that past conditioning, your history, we've gone through significant emotional events, whether it be last week, last month, or last year, or when we were a child. Many people have, and that can condition us to have these decisions, to have this feeling of risk, to have this fear when it comes to our dreams and our goals. Whether that be for the promotion that you desire, whether you want to start a new business, whether you want to get into a relationship, those nagging doubts, those fears and worries cause us to not take risks. Now, even if you break down the word of something like a risk, what does that mean? Well, the risk, we're risking something, right? There's an opportunity that nothing might happen, and even worse, we could stay the same, or it could get worse. We could lose out on something. So if we do have that psychology of ultimately doubting and making and basing our decisions on our fear or based on our past perceptions, the things that we went through, the significant emotional events, then our future is going to be one of uncertainty. Our future is going to be one which doesn't feel like it's good for us. Now, over a few weeks ago, we went into some of the human needs, and I said, look, some of the human needs is to feel like we kind of belong. Another one was certainty. Well, one I didn't tell you about, which I'm telling you today, there is a human need for a level of uncertainty. So almost that's hardwired. Why? Because it keeps us alive. It keeps us questioning. It keeps us asking different questions or seeing different perspectives. Having a level of uncertainty can make you feel alive sometimes. It can cause you to grow. So remember, there is going to be a level of human experience of uncertainty. And especially when we have that layer of the biology, when we have that layer of the psychology of our past, when you think of that dream and goal in the future, you might be going, I cannot risk this. I cannot go for the goals that I want because I've failed before. Because someone said that I wasn't enough. Or maybe because I was taught that I had to be perfect, that I'm just not gonna do it because I will never be perfect. You see, we can be told many things, or we can even tell that ourselves. We said a while ago about the stories that we tell ourselves. Maybe those stories were spoken to us. Maybe they were spoken about through culture, society. Maybe it was our family who said things around money. Or it's hard to create your own business, or whatever it may be, we could be actually retelling those stories. And if we're retelling those stories, we're definitely buying more into the risk. But with every golden outcome, this is what I want you to know. Every goal, the bigger, the greater the goal, the bigger, the greater the dream, will inherently have more risk. And that's okay. Why do we see the word risk, the risk of achieving our goal, or of the risk of having our life to be exactly how we want it? Why should that be something that puts us off? You see, if we change the context of the situation, maybe it's riskier in the long term staying the same in pain. Maybe it's riskier to feel that constant dread and fear and self-doubt for the rest of our life. To me, that's a bigger risk. If you're going to achieve what you want, you have to give up who you were, because you're going to have to change along the way. So you have to let go. You have to fall forward, even into the so-called failure, because you can learn from everything. It's not a if it doesn't work out, guess what? You're going to get up and go again. Learn from it, adapt because of it, evolve. If we're truly going to be successful, if we're really going to do and be and have whatever we desire, and I'm not trying to be wishful thinking here, but if you do have a desire and it is in your heart and you do really want it, it is time to say no to that fear and welcome that risk. See it as an opportunity. See it as the way out compared to remaining the same.